everyone. I'm Christina Davidson, the International Umpiring Manager. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you today. I have been analysing the data from the umpiring review held in 2014 by Wharton Consulting and determining the way forward. This is just to set the picture around international umpiring. These are the details of the INF strategic pillar for officiating, which Claire referred to during her presentation yesterday, and were defined as part of the game plan for 2012 to 2016. For quality officiating, the main aims for umpires and match officials is to have clear and defined pathways, facilitate development, competition and assessment, and have improved training and processes in place. These are the legacy KPIs that exist from the INF strategic pillar for officiating, which again were defined as part of the 2012 to 2016 game plan. These KPIs were worked on and improvements in processes were achieved, but as per the need identified by members at Congress 2013, a review of international umpiring was carried out in 2014 by Wharton Consulting to understand the current processes that were in place and to define strategic and operational options for international umpiring. For the umpiring review, desk research, interviews, online surveys and comparator reviews contributed to the outcome. There was high participation from the umpiring community across all areas involved, with an 87% response rate from the IUAs, ITIDs, ITPs and ITP cadets involved in online surveys. INF gave everyone involved with international umpiring an opportunity to be part of the review should they so wish. This shows the figures of how many IUAs and ITIDs we had at the time of the umpiring review and how many requests and allocations were made at that time. The current figures up to July 2015 are also shown as a comparison. It is worth noting that this year we had our first Africa A Awards. This is a significant achievement for Africa, and the two umpires who gained the award will be now working towards their IUA level. The issues raised from the participants were split between structure, pathway, management and appointments. The main threads of issues identified were with leadership, accountability, authority, compliance, standards, investment, respect, transparency, compromise, politics, and patronage. On a more positive note, the strengths that were identified from the review included the global reach of the game and the diversity across regions, with a willing workforce keen to self-improve. Also, experienced coaches and developers of umpires in most regions, and strong domestic development programs in top nations were seen as strengths. Opportunities going forward were also highlighted from the review, including the experience and expertise available worldwide, and a desire for change amongst all respondents, growth of the game, and good practice on offer in other sports from which to learn were also highlighted as opportunities. So going forward, the project initiatives that have been defined based on recommendations from the umpiring review are going to be detailed now. The need for clear leadership and the use of technology to open up communication and development were the main threads for improvement. These are the project initiatives that are intended to be focused on in 2016. A new role will be introduced and appointed, the Regional Officiating Coordinator. An officiating advisory group is going to be established. I will show where these both fit into the structure later on in the presentation. The ITP and ITP cadet programme will be enhanced, revised and standardised. The IUA testing programme will be enhanced and revised to promote consistent standards. IUA and ITIDs will be categorised and matches allocated accordingly. The INF handbooks for IUA, ITID and ITP and ITP cadets will be created. And finally, a centralised web-based software system will be created with accessible performance analysis. Moving on into 2017, the projects and initiatives that are intended to be focused on in this year are the funding programme from international umpiring activities from income streams and sponsorship will be explored. The approach to fitness assessment will be improved based on analysis of on-court movement. And finally, in 2017, performance analysis will be enhanced and be video-based for international fixtures. And then into 2018, these are the project initiatives that will be focused on. A standardised rate of match fees for umpires will look at being introduced. And finally, an online CPD, which is Continued Professional Development Programme, will be developed for all international umpires and testers. A revised INF officiating structure to deliver on the project initiatives is to be established. This approach builds on the positive activities already being completed by the current roles in umpiring. The use of known terminology will continue for IUA, ITID, ITP and ITP cadets, and also the UAP, as these are well established and there will continue to be the roles in the structure. However, they will be enhanced and revised to make them more sustainable. The new Regional Officiating Coordinator is intended to have more of a strategic focus than operational. And the Officiating Advisory Group will only meet as required for defined project initiatives. I will be the chair of that, and the Regional Officiating Coordinators with subject matter experts will be invited to be members as needed. The use of the Managed Access online database and development area is the key to the success of this structure, and it will be used to corroborate how decisions are being made and the process is implemented. So this is the vision of the INF officiating structure going forward. As you can see, there will be one regional officiating coordinator per region who have a strategic role and are responsible for the progression and development of IUA, ITID, ITP and ITP cadets in their own region. The Officiating Advisory Group is part of the revised structure, but will convene only as needed for defined projects and initiatives. As the International Umpiring Manager, I will be responsible for strategy direction for international officiating, showing good practice in processes and systems and encouraging national associations to follow that practice. I will also be making all international umpire and UAP appointments. I will oversee the progression and development of all IUA, ITID and ITP and ITP cadets using the Managed Access online database and development area to corroborate how decisions are being made and processes implemented. National associations are responsible for following good practice in processes and systems and are responsible for supporting the IUAs, ITIDs and ITP and ITP cadets in their progression and development. The Managed Access online database and development area underpins the structure, and information will be fed into this by all areas, which will bring many benefits, including providing accessible, up-to-date and accurate umpiring information, such as performance assessments, making umpiring information visible and transparent, automating the umpiring request and allocation process, and flagging up IUA endorsement due dates and ITID end of period dates, and also the end of ITP and ITP cadets appointments. I wanted to finish with a few images of what the Managed Access Online Database and Development Area is intended to look like. This is a work in progress, so changes and improvements are still to be made. This is a view of the online umpire request form. Okay, and we'll just move on, and this is a view of what an umpire would see after entering their login information. And finally, this just gives you an idea of what I will see after entering my login. This will be a comprehensive view of all the information on the umpiring community. All the information I've presented will be issued after Congress, and I'm very happy to go through the details should anyone so wish.